Hi guys, my name is Amy Hunsinger and I'm a senior at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and this play, Behind the Broadcast, a climate media play, is my senior project. And for this senior project, I wanted to combine both my majors. I am a theater major and a criminology major, so this play is kind of the culmination of both of those things. Also, I wanted to focus on the relationship between media and crime, which seems very evident in today's society. In addition to that, I would like to thank my three actors who helped read the script and make it come to life. That is Lauren Wolbert, McHale Baden, and Eve Urban. So thank you all very much, and let's get started. Behind the Broadcast, a crime and media play by Amy Hunsinger. Characters: Karli Wilson, which will be read by Lauren Wolbert. Early 20s, a witty intern at Cliff Stevens. Quick on her feet and very bullheaded. Indifferent to Susie and heavily favors Cliff. Susie Summers, which will be read by Eve Urban. Early 30s, has two drastically different personalities, her natural personality and her TV persona. Thinks she knows everything. Cliff Stevens, read by McHale Baden. Early 50s, the lovable but crazy producer, is like a dad to Karli. Fights with Susie like they're an old married couple. Scene 1. Lights up on a local news office. The office of the local producer, Cliff Stevens. There is a desk, 3 chairs, a lamp in the corner, a phone on the desk, and various family photos. Cliff Stevens is sitting at his desk with his feet up, wearing sunglasses, and listening to The Bitch Is Back by Elton John. He is humming the music while relaxing in his chair. The phone rings. He pauses the music and answers the phone.
Hello? The vacation was lovely. Thanks for asking. What do you mean she's here already? It's already 2? I guess you can send her in.
There is a knock at the door.
It's open.
Guinea pig number 3 is here.
Sorry about that. Some of us actually value the interns around here. Susie, your services are no longer required.
You're firing me?
Absolutely not. I just meant you could go now.
Susie leaves. Cliff gestures for Karli to sit.
Sorry about her. She goes from 0 to 10, am I right? Anyway, you're here for the internship, correct?
Yes.
Good. Now I have a few questions. You are aware that this internship is unpaid, correct?
Yes.
Good. Now, what are you studying?
I'm a communication major with a minor in criminal justice.
That's an interesting combination, especially with all the crime happening in this town.
The crime rate is actually going down.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Also, you are perfectly aware that we cover sports at our station as well, right?
Don't most news stations cover sports?
Yeah. However, I will simply not employ a Tom Brady fan. Well?
Not a problem at all.
Great. That concludes my interview questions. Do you have any following questions for me?
Well, I was wondering what a normal day in this job would look like.
First, you drink coffee all the time because you never sleep. And secondly, you follow that crazy lady around all day.
Susie? She doesn't seem that bad.
Just wait. She grows on you like mold. You have any other questions?
If I were to be offered this position, when would I hear back?
Well, how about this? Do you want it?
Yes.
It's yours then. No need to thank me. You were my #1 candidate all along. The only reason I brought in the other 2 was because they're Susie's nephews, and I was not taking chances with that gene pool.
So when do I start?
When do you want to start?
When can I start?
Does tonight work for you?
Sure.
Great. Here's the company card. I have your phone number off the application. I'll text you Susie and I's orders. You may also get something if you want. I would usually give the normal "don't steal from me" speech, but you're the first intern I've had that didn't like Tom Brady, so we're already off to a good start. Be back here around 4:30. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Blackout. End of scene. Scene 2. Lights up on a news station. The news desk is located upstage left. Makeup, hair, and catering is located downstage right. Various camera and tech equipment sit downstage left, but in a way to not upstage or block the news desk. Susie sits downstage right, touching up her makeup. Cliff is found center stage left, checking out the equipment and aggressively on a phone call. Background actors can help fill the scene, but the scene can be achieved without them. On the phone.
No, Charles, you were scheduled for tonight. I don't care if your wife's giving birth. You already have children. Spoiler alert, you sit there listening to a grown woman scream for an immeasurable amount of time just for her to poop out some slimy alien-looking creature. I don't care. We're about to go live and we need to fill your entire segment.
Cliff, where's the small one with my coffee?
I have no idea. Heads up, Charles is ditching to watch his wife give birth to E.T. I need you to fill a segment.
Back on phone.
Well, you're gonna bring him home.
If I don't get my coffee in the next 30 seconds, someone is going to get fired.
She's technically my intern and you work under me.
To phone.
You left us at a moment's notice to fill 5 minutes of airtime. I don't care if you're having a baby girl. However, I do care that your letter of resignation is on my desk tomorrow morning.
If you fire him, I'm quitting.
On a different note, I hope your wife gives birth to the most precious, beautiful extraterrestrial that this world has ever seen, okay? Goodbye now.
Hangs up. Susie and Cliff stare at one another down for a hot second. Then Karli bursts through the door carrying a cup carrier.
Coffee order for Summers? They were all out of pumpkin spice, so I got you caramel instead.
The Starbucks gods must hate me. I love lattes, though.
Okay. Coffee order for Cliff?
My bitter black juice. Hey, Karli. Charles's wife is in labor. We need to fill a segment. Do you think you could help little Miss Sassy Pants over there fill the time?
I can hear you. I've already got it down. I'll just talk about the Johnson case some more.
We've already talked about that case for 4 days. How about the bar fight that happened last night?
No one's going to want to listen to coverage on a bar fight. That happened yesterday. That's old news.
Not exactly. It ended this morning at 1 a.m.
Listen, the Johnson case will attract more attention and pull the viewers in.
That case is like 2 years old. The only reason you brought it up is because of the recent hearing.
Karli, my sweet, sweet Karli. The Johnson case is what we like to refer to as a media goldmine. Frances Johnson decided one day to kill her husband and attempt to kill her 3 children. First off, a woman committed the crime, so it automatically deserves more airtime. Secondly, children were involved. That makes it so much more newsworthy. Not to mention, it is a murder case. Murder cases are prime for the news industry. The viewers eat them up.
Karli, you know I like you more than Susie, but I got to agree with her on this one. The people eat cases like this up, and we all know what happens when the ratings soar. More
money for the big man.
With all due respect, sir, the people deserve to hear something new and different. They deserve to hear factual, reliable, and new cases.
Sorry to cut you off, but I need Susie in that seat. We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
What's up, Sunnyvale, Florida? It's me, Susie Summers, coming to you live from the WSQV Channel 19 newsroom. As you can see, we are a little short-staffed today, as our very own Charlie Winters is currently welcoming his 3rd child into the world. Stay tuned, for when we return, we'll talk more in depth on the bloody tragedy that is the Johnson case.
And cut. Now, why can't you speak that nicely to me?
It wasn't bloody.
What wasn't bloody?
The Johnson case. It wasn't bloody.
It's called a verb. It's a descriptive word.
You mean adjective?
Yeah. It's used to paint a picture in the minds of the viewer.
We're back in 1.
But it wasn't bloody. She suffocated her husband with a pillow. There was no blood.
Whatever. She was a monster. She even attempted to do the same to her kids. Luckily, she didn't have the heart to do it to them.
First off, she didn't attempt to murder her children at all. Second, she was not a monster. She was mentally ill. Her husband had been replacing her medication with sugar pills, which slowly drove her insane, until the voices in her head drove her to murder her husband.
We're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Nightly News on WSQV Channel 19, where we get the views and you get the news.
That's what you call news.
Just be quiet. Wait for the commercial break.
Tonight we'll be covering the gory and monstrous tale of the Johnson case.
She wasn't a monster.
The bloody event happened on a Friday night.
This is Saturday morning. For God's sake, it wasn't blood.
I'm being serious.
The only question we have to this day is why? Why did she kill her husband, and why did she spare her kids?
Her husband was replacing her medication, and her children were at their grandmother's house.
Are you seriously going to let this continue, Cliff? Here I am trying to stretch a full 5 minutes on a case I haven't researched for 2 years.
I mean, Karli is kind of right that is everything that happened. The facts were wrong, but it was prime media material.
Gets message through headset.
What do you mean we're still on? When things happen like this, you go to commercial break. You hear me? Commercial break. What do you mean we have no commercials? What kind of TV station runs out of commercials?
What's going on, Cliff?
We have no commercials.
What do you mean, no commercials? Sorry, folks. It seems we're having a bit of a technical difficulty here at WSQV Channel 19. There was a bar fight last night.
Morning.
The bar fight ended this morning. It happened at
The Hangar 9 bar.
Cliff pans the camera over to Karli.
There was a bar fight this morning around 1 a.m. at the Hangar 9 bar, just off 10th Street. The altercation between two men ended in a hospital visit for both. The bartender commented, saying that the altercation happened when Thomas King spilled his drink on Nathan Fisher. Both men seemed to have a BAC higher than the legal limit, so the incident was probably just an unfortunate alcohol-related assault.
Looks over to Cliff. He motions to keep going.
What to talk about next? The Johnson case. I know we already covered a little bit of this case this evening, but I'm here to clear up the information for you. The murder of Mr. Johnson took place on the morning of Saturday, the 5th of October, 2018. Prior to his suffocation, he had been tampering with his wife's medication and swapping her prescriptions out for sugar pills. Mrs. Johnson suffered from a serious case of schizophrenia, which was controlled by her medications. The reasoning behind the medication tamper could be related to their marriage problems. It has been said that the Johnsons were going to be getting a divorce, so the medication tampering may have been an attempt to secure the custody of his children, proving the mother to be mentally unfit. In addition to that, she never attempted to murder her children. She specifically sent them to their grandmother's house so they would be there for the night. Frances Johnson was not a cold-blooded killer. She was a mom who protected her children from voices in her head, and she silenced the person who caused it all. Frances Johnson was not just an offender. She was a victim too.
Cliff gives wrapping up signal.
All right, folks. It seems like everything is working the way it should. Stay tuned for after commercial break in tonight's heartwarming story, how a local dog adopted a stray kitten.
And we're out. Well done, Karli.
How does she even know this stuff?
I fact check. My minor is criminal justice.
Well, my minor is in fashion design. You don't see me going around ranking everyone's taste level. Cliff, your ties never match your suit.
Oh, leave the girl alone, Susie. Besides, I'm colorblind.
Phone rings.
Hello? Corporate? Yeah? You would?
Cliff remains on the call while the girls talk.
This is when they want to fire somebody. I've seen this before. The producer gets the sudden phone call, and that's when you know someone is getting canned.
Well, I hope it's not you. You're always great on air.
I know. I only hope it's not you.
Hey, I thought you hated me.
I hate all the interns. Besides, I see you going really far. Not to mention, you keep Cliff in line. I don't think I've seen him this excited. Well, not for a while, at least. It's either you or the recent vacation. Now that I think about it, it was probably the vacation.
Cliff hangs up the phone.
That was corporate.
Please let it be Karli. Please let it be Karli.
Karli slapped her.
It was, in fact, Karli.
Yes.
It's okay. I'll pack up my things and get going. I understand.
Actually, we'll both be packing up our things.
Thank you, Lord. I never thought this day would come. I prayed for a very long time, and it finally came true. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you.
Karli, we're going to corporate. They want to meet with you.
God damn it.
Really?
Really?
Really. They loved how you took charge and corrected the news and pulled through without any commercials. We'll be heading there this coming weekend. Does that work for you?
Absolutely.
Great. Susie, this means we'll be gone for the weekend, so you're in charge.
Speaking to a higher power.
I am so sorry for my recent actions. I will gladly take this consolation prize. I am cliff-free for the weekend.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll be back for Sunday night's news.
Shit.
Blackout and a scene. Scene 3. 10 years later. Lights up on the same news office as before, except this time it is slowly being packed into a box by Cliff. There is a knock on the door.
It's open.
So this is it, huh? You're actually retiring.
Don't act surprised. You've been counting the days. You've been counting down to this day forever.
How'd you know?
Phone rings.
Hello. Ah, send her up.
Hangs up phone. There's a knock on the door.
It's open.
Guinea pig number 3 is here to see you.
Bring it in.
They hug.
So how's California been?
Sunny. And Florida?
About the same. You have to stay here for the celebration tonight.
Of course. I would never miss a WSQV party. They're always the best. So you found a replacement yet?
Apparently as a candidate, but he refuses to tell me no matter how much I try to squeeze it out of him. Believe me, I've tried.
Who do you have in mind?
You?
He asks you once and you crack? Her.
Me?
You! Karli, you've done amazing things in your career, and I want this to be your next step. You were the first time we were contacted by corporate in a good way. You're the reason why our channel was put on the map and the rating soared. I know that even though I will not be here every day, that this station is left in good hands. I know it will be with you. So, what do you say? Do you want it?
Yes. When do I start?
When do you want to start?
When can I start?
Does tonight work for you?
Sure.
Blackout. End of show. Thank you for watching. If you have any advice, questions, any of that, you can find my email in the description box. But thank you all for watching.